swear to God, I did not eat any part of him.
My ass! Just shut the... Oh! Sup? I'm recording. Yeah. Sup, though.
Monday, December 2nd, 1991.
Right.
An Egyptian model / nanny was arrested on suspicion of taking her husband's life on Thanksgiving Day. What was discovered about what she did to her husband was so gruesome that she was compared to Jeffrey Dahmer and Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, I feel like she ended up eating her husband. Jesus.
This may seem like an over-the-top comparison, but put it like this. Turkey was not the only meat that she ate for Thanksgiving.
I'm saying, oh! Pause.
Oma Nelson was an Egyptian model who immigrated to the United States when she was 18. But just a few years later, she would be involved in a bizarre and gruesome criminal trial that would lead to comparisons between her, Hannibal Lecter, and Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jesus Christ.
The reason for these comparisons? Nelson had been accused of bludgeoning her husband of only 1 month to death before chopping him up and cooking his head. The 23-year-old said her new groom had assaulted her and she killed him in self-defense. But prosecutors said that the murder was part of a plot to rob her husband, fitting with Nelson's reported history of conning older men using her body. So what really happened between Bill and Oma Nelson?
I wonder what... Alright, this is going to sound clucked up, but hear me out. Maybe I can just do my research, but I wonder what humans taste like. Relax! I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm just curiosity killed the yeah, but hold on. I'm saying, I'm just curious. Like, I'm not about to eat people or taste people. I'm just saying, if you put like a body of a human body part like on a grill or on the stove or in the oven, like I wonder what that smells like, what that tastes like, what that look like, you know, because we got meats and muscles and all that shit, you know, because I know what chicken looks like, smells like, tastes like, steak, pork, beef, you know, mushrooms, onions, you know what I mean, turkey, like, I wonder what humans, when they're cooked, what they smell like, what they look like, and what they taste like. Off no suck shit.
Oma Nelson was born in Egypt in 1968 and grew up in Cairo.
Right.
In 1986, she immigrated to the United States, where she found work as a nanny and model in California. According to Los Angeles Times, Oma, a beauty with cut glass cheekbones, met Bill Nelson in 1991 at a bar playing pool. Bill used to be a pilot, but in 1984, he was convicted of smuggling marijuana. After serving a 4-year prison sentence in a federal prison, he was released on parole and got a job at a mortgage company. Prosecutors later said that before their meeting, Oma had allegedly begun using her beauty to get several older men to lavish her with money, paying for her rent and buying her cars. After knowing each other for just a few days, the two got married. Bill was 56 and was 33 years older than his new wife.
God damn!
It was said that they were real quiet, mysterious people. Sue Swanson told the Los Angeles Times in 1991 about that.
Did he say that he was 56 and 33 years older than her? 56. 33. So 23-year age gap. Right? So damn, that means if he was 18, he wasn't even born yet. That means when she was 1, he must have been, what was it, 23-year gap? No. Am I getting that confused? There's a... Oh, that's how old she was. So he 56. 33 years gap. So she had to be 23. But that means if she was one, then what? You add... Would you add 20? All right.
She said Bill had met Omema, and all of a sudden, they were married. According to acquaintances, the couple spent their honeymoon visiting Bill's relatives in Texas and Arkansas, but the honeymoon phase didn't last long. It was an unhappy marriage, and she actually got brutal revenge. Oma Nelson said, once they were married, Bill started to show his violent side, physically abusing her during their short union. Then Omema claimed on Thanksgiving weekend in 1991, Bill assaulted her in their Costa Mesa, California apartment. She claimed he tried to force himself on her and then strangle her. She grabbed the lamp and hit him with it in self-defense before stabbing him with scissors and killing him. But the dramatic evening didn't end there. Oma Nelson then cut up her deceased husband, boiling his head and cooking his hands in oil. It was also reported that she cut something off of him that no man wants in revenge for his assault.
Yeah.
She said that if she didn't end her life, she would have been dead. And she's sorry that it happened, but she's glad that she lived. She said, I'm sorry I dismembered him. In one court report, a psychiatrist testified.
You're not sorry, because you could have just killed him and that was it. You got to do all that extra shit. That's crazy. And you ate him. God.
Nelson told him she put on the red shoes and red hat and red lipstick before preparing her husband. The psychiatrist also testified that Nelson initially told him she had eaten her husband's ribs, but later denied it. Omema reportedly said that after preparing Bill's ribs with barbecue sauce, like in a restaurant, she exclaimed that it was very sweet. After Thanksgiving, an investigation was launched for Bill's disappearance. That weekend, Oma Nelson mixed her husband's remains with leftover Thanksgiving.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You mess with two cluck-ass people. Oh my God. His mustache is weird. I hate that mustache. Like the mustache that goes like right above your lip and it's like a line, it's like a little ass line. Oh God. You know what's crazy? She don't even look like she would do something like that. But looks can be deceiving. I was about to say something else. What's that? What was it? Is he smirking?
She disposed of what she could in the garbage disposal before wrapping the remaining body parts in newspaper and putting them in trash bags. Then she drove to her friend's house and showed her the trash bag she stuffed in the back of Bill's red 1975 Corvette. She allegedly offered the friend $75,000 to help her dispose of it. That friend immediately reported what had happened to the police. Authorities sorted through the bag from the car as Nelson looked on quietly.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have took that money, secured that bag, make sure nobody can take it, and then I would have reported her. Yeah.
Because the body was so dismembered, police couldn't immediately identify the remains. They also couldn't determine the cause of death due to the body's condition. The police detained Omema for questioning, but that lasted all Sunday night. Meanwhile, Bill was reported missing after he didn't show up to work on Monday following the Thanksgiving holiday. Swanson told police that the last time she saw him was just before he left on that Wednesday before the long week.
I'm not gonna lie, some of these angles I could see the cluck shit in her eyes, in her body language, but Jesus.
Police also searched Nelson's apartment and found more bags containing body parts. Randolph Pulaski, the Orange County Senior Deputy and District Attorney, was at their apartment that day. He said there were suitcases and plastic bags soaked with dark liquid from his body parts. In the fry cooker, there sat Mr. Nelson's hands. And when we opened the refrigerator, there was Mr. Nelson's head with stab wounds. He had his entrails in his Corvette, and she was trying to get an ex-boyfriend to yank out the dentures from his head so she could dump it in the back bay. However, much of Mr. Nelson's body was still missing. During a later trial, Pulaski described it as, "We're missing about 130 pounds of Bill," Pulaski said, according to Los Angeles Times in 1992. In December 1992, the trial for Bill Nelson's murder began. There was no dispute that Oma Nelson killed him. Still, her attorney, public defender Thomas Mooney, said she had acted in self-defense after her husband attempted to force himself on her that night. Mooney also said that Nelson had been involved in other abusive relationships and as a result had long been suffering from battered woman syndrome. The condition took a psychological toll on her, ultimately leading to the November 1991 killing. Nelson had told authorities that she was under severe stress because her husband was abusing her. She was given a psychological evaluation, revealing that she suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. The prosecution, on the other hand, said that Nelson had other motives. They believed that she was plotting to steal from her husband and that she had a history of using her body to con older men for their money.
So, she had a plan from the get-go. Jesus.
In January 1993, Oma Nelson was convicted of
Yeah, I was born. Shout out to all my 90s babies.
second-degree murder and sentenced to 28 years to life at the Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla. Oma Nelson was first eligible for parole in 2006.
Are you dead ass? She should have got the death penalty. Do they still do that? Like in the States? Let me know. I feel like that should always be an option. Either that or be in an isolated cell for the rest of your life.
And she was found to be unpredictable and a threat to public safety. She got married again while in prison, this time to a man in his 70s, who died before her second bid for parole in 2011. After a 5.5-hour hearing, she was denied once again. The Los Angeles Times reported that her parole hearing, Nelson said that she was a changed person who had looked for love in all the wrong places, but now, she said, that she has a strong desire to help others.
My ass!
Nelson also denied killing her husband. She said that, "I swear to God, I did not eat any part of him."
My ass! Just shut the... Oh! I almost said it. I'm going to say it. Shut the fuck up. You're evil. You're evil. And you have cutness coursing through your veins. You talking about you want to help somebody, you want to help other people. My ass. My ass. Nah. And I have a feeling that's not the first time you ate somebody.
I'm not a monster. But when the parole commissioner asked her what was her purpose in cooking him,
Somebody that's a monster doesn't say, "I'm not a monster." Or, yeah. That's like saying, "I'm not an entertainer, but I'm a YouTuber." Nah.
Nelson refused to answer. But people who were close to her said that the real reason is a little bit more dark than you think. She told others that she's a model, and human meat contains a higher level of collagen than other meats.
My ass.
So then why not eat them? Oma Nelson isn't eligible for parole again until 2026. And if she does get out, who knows what she might do or who she might eat.
What? Get life in prison. Is Jeffrey Dahmer, is he dead? or she's still in prison. I forgot what year that took place. Like, Gattor Files. See, now I can't help but think, why didn't she get life in prison? Why didn't she get the death penalty? Don't say it's because she was a woman. Nope. Don't say it's because she got the glasses on. Nope. I would have gave you no mercy. I would have, oh man. I would have gave you two options. Either you doing life in prison, no chance of parole, or the death penalty. Like, which one you want to take? You can take both of them, actually. You know? You could take the death penalty and be locked up in the afterlife. Not for eternity, because that's wild, but like long, as like a couple thousand years or whatever. She has the possibility of parole in 2026. That's pissing me off. That's pissing me off. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below. Because I feel like if she gets out, we're going to hear about another story from her. Jesus Christ. Keep it cool, keep it classy. And I love you. Stay happy. My family.